Hey guys, it's Bitcoin Schmitcoin here with another update for Bitcoin Magazine's video analysis. We'll be focusing primarily on the higher time frames today, working down from the monthly to the weekly, the daily, and taking a quick glance at the 4-hour time frame. So far, we've broken several macro levels, so let's get right into it. Our monthly/weekly support gave way yesterday, and we dropped about $1,000 in a very short period of time. We still have several days left on our monthly time frame, but what I want you guys to focus on is, once again, this $92.50 level. When we look at the weekly time frame, we get a little bit more detail, and we can see that as this weekly support gave way here, it actually has us testing the next logical support level, which is this 8,200 to 8,750 level, this zone right here. We can see that we made a swing high on our way up back in May, and the swing high was established here. It's one of the only swing highs, in fact, that we established on the ride up. So it makes sense that we're seeing a test of it. During our consolidation over the past few months, we saw a test of the wick, but nothing that was really profoundly gut wrenching for the bulls. And this drop it isn't terribly surprising. I've been talking about this for I've had these levels on my charts for weeks, saying that if this level breaks, well, then it's probably going to be a swift move down to 8,200. This zone down here. Where we go from here is going to decide most likely the pace of the market for the next few weeks to few months. So let's talk about some of the things we do and don't want to see if you're a bull or bear. So first things first, we definitely don't want to see a weekly close below this zone here. If we see a weekly close below here, we're most likely going to slide down to 7,700, which that's a monthly level. And I'll show you guys that one more time. So here's the monthly level at 7,700 right there. So if we see a weekly close below, most likely going to see that. When we look at the daily time frame, we're kind of at our line in the sand at the moment, and what we really don't want to see is that same level on the weekly. We definitely don't want to see a close below here because, like I said, it's probably going to lead to a $7,700 test. If we come back down here and we close the weekly back above here, obviously that's going to give a weekly close back above our level. So although we'll see a deeper shakeout, the macro picture is still going to remain bullish. But with the weekly close coming up in a few days, alongside the monthly close, we really don't want to see a push below here and a close below the 7,700. So let's talk about what might happen if the market pushes below there and closes. So when we look at our weekly time frame, we can see the consequence of this strong move upward over the last few months means that we didn't really establish very many strong levels of support. We saw some brief consolidations, one or two of them, and then we had this prolonged consolidation, but there's no real support established here. And so if this monthly level breaks, say the market comes down, for example, and it closes below this level, that most likely means we're going to be coming down to 6,300. So, what you decide to do with that information is up to you, but just keep an eye out. Don't get terribly greedy with these moves. When we look at the 4-hour time frame, we can see just how strong this move was. It's got humongous price spread in a very short period of time. It's got humongous volume. And the last time we had this volume was back in July. And that formed our local bottom here for our range for the last, few weeks. At the moment, we're holding support where we want to see support hold. I was just giving you some worst case scenarios in the event that the daily, weekly, and monthly levels fail us. But at the moment, we're holding support where we want to see support being held. We're sitting right on a weekly level. What I'd really, if you're a bull, what you really want to see is a weekly close back above here. If we can see a weekly close back above 8,700, that probably means we're going to come back up and at a minimum retest this range low. But from here we're kind of just prognosticating and not, we're kind of just rubbing a crystal ball at the moment. But for the time being, the immediate level to watch is our current level, We don't want to see daily close below 8,200. You know, it's 8,000 to 8,200. This little band of prices I have here. Don't really want to see that, because that means, once again, if we close below here, probably going to see a retest here. And if we do end up seeing a retest here, well, then we definitely don't want to see a weekly/monthly level close below this, because we're most likely going to be coming down to retest the low 6,000s. So keep an eye out for those moves, because the moves are going to be strong. They're going to be sudden, and you really don't want to be caught offside on that move. That being said, like I said on the 4-hour chart, we also don't want to see a breach below the support, because at the moment this is strong support. We're just getting a retest, and if all goes according to plan, then this will be our local bottom.